Hey there guys, it's Fresh Mark Sense with another fresh review. Today I'll be looking at Gucci Intense Oud, a smoky, spicy, sweet, resinous frankincense, patchouli, agarwood oud with hints of saffron and pear. Now this scent, I mixed it in a little mix over here called Oud Gucci Man, mixed with Bulgari Man in Black. I'm going to be talking about both of these fragrances, mainly this one because it's new, and how this smells and compares to other fragrances on the market. Let's check it out. Fresh Mark Sense. Now instantly you may be thinking, why so many Alchemist original videos? Why so many mixes? Because I want to let you guys know about smells that smell similar but complement each other. Now this does have a smoky, leathery characteristic that is similar to Bulgari Man in Black, which has a iris, leather, tuberose scent with some spices on the top. Now the sweet frankincense in the base of this perfume, it is quite similar to the spice of this, but this is more harsh and clove-like, and the iris is lighter, so it has a stronger contrast of spices in this one, and this is a little bit sweeter. I find the tuberose in Bulgari Man in Black, the mid, it smoothens the leather note, and it gives it a white floral effect, which very much it contrasts well with the iris, and I feel that the leather is more pronounced in this than the Gucci Intense Oud. So what does that mean for Gucci Intense Oud? What do you get from it? For me, I get a very spicy, resinous, smoky mix. If I was to spray it, I'm going to spray it right here. It's got a cowbell, ringing the bell. And it does pronounce itself. It's saying, hear ye, hear ye. I'm coming through with rich oud. And it projects about, I'd say, an arm's width in the beginning. But then it goes closer to the body, about an elbow's width, and you get a very sweet, ambery frankincense note in the beginning. That clashes with the fruitiness of the pear and the sweet spice of the saffron. Not so dark, the saffron is more sweet, but it's not candied for sure. It's spicy, resinous, mixing with the frankincense beautifully. That combination, frankincense and saffron, always a winner in my book. But the leather is not so pronounced, and the oud does shine through. I feel that the quality of this oud is smooth and very wearable for the Western audience, because it's not too stanky. It's not stanky, but it has some sourness to it. It has some sourness, but mixed with the sweetness of frankincense, I think this is a great scent. And I think notably the patchouli in here is of a high quality, and I can sense it throughout. And the blend of patchouli and oud, I know it's done many times before, but it's done right in Gucci Intense Oud. And if I was to compare this to another leather scent, Bulgari Man in Black, which is probably the most similar thing that I know on the market, this is more uplifting in its iris scent. It gets sweeter than the Gucci Intense Oud, because the frankincense and saffron, it's sweet but not as sweet as iris, because it holds it down in a resinous note. But this iris in here, it's uplifting, and I thought mixing the iris with something already sweet like saffron and frankincense, it may produce something very sweet with the dark juxtaposition of the oud wood and patchouli in here. So I decided to mix 2 sprays of this Bulgari Man in Black with 8 sprays of Gucci Intense Oud, so you can get the woody patchouli elements, the nice oud wood, agarwood, mixed with some powdery, not so powdery, it's more of a creamy iris note, because the tuberose makes it more creamy than just a sweet effervescent iris note. For me, it's still very pleasing to smell this on its own. It's a very masculine yet smooth winter and fall scent, and the same goes for the Gucci Intense Oud. It's sweet, but I believe that the patchouli gives it more of a macho edge without being too overbearing. It's rich and masculine at the same time, so the sweetness holds and the patchouli is of a high quality. So I definitely recommend this for a festive season as well, because it has that sort of frankincense and saffron spice that is reminiscent of warm by the fire, cozy sort of atmosphere. Especially with that patchouli and argylwood, it just has a very comforting, alluring aura about it without being too forceful. So definitely check out Gucci Intense Oud for men, and if you want something a little bit more uplifting and floral but still having a masculine leather undertone, check out Bulgari Man in Black. Both are classic fall scents, and I'd recommend checking them out in the festive season, and this for all year round, just because, well, I mean, I don't think I would wear it in the workplace. I'd wear it, yeah, I could wear this festively, but for me, I think this could suit most cold days and doesn't really need an occasion for it. But this is more of a going out scent, and you can wear this casually, but I think it's quite done up. It's a little bit more done up, and it doesn't need an occasion, but it suits an occasion quite nicely because it projects in an original, exotic, luxurious way that will get you noticed whilst holding that attention from its strong, long-lasting notes. So check out Gucci Oud Intense and let me know what you think about that. I mixed 8 sprays of the Gucci Intense Oud with 2 sprays of Bulgari Man in Black. I found that quite pleasing because, well, I'm still yet to, okay, let's check out. Do we get enough iris in this mix? It's something quite different. It's something quite different. The cardamom is playing crazy tricks with the saffron and frankincense, and to me, the animalic notes of this leather with the other leather, I thought they would turn into one, but they're turning into something quite bitter. So not all mixes go very well, but I'll be working on it, and I think that mixing iris on its own may be better, but mixing leather notes is the lesson in this mix. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and mixing 2 leather notes, that is my arrow in the knee, let's say, because it's turned into something quite funky. The animalic note, it is animalic, but it is funky animalic, because we already have this patchouli wood and the dark woody nature of it mixed with the cardamom. I think it's the cardamom, the sweetness of the cardamom and the darkness of the patchouli mixed with 2 leathers. It just doesn't agree. If you are super macho and you are okay smelling like gasoline leather, maybe, but I think this went a little bit wrong. But check it out yourself, and I'd say definitely these 2 are great on their own. Gucci Intense Oud and Bulgari Man in Black. Now before I go, I just want to say something, because I missed out 2 notes, the rum and the tobacco note of Bulgari Man in Black, and now it instantly clicked to me why that this mix went so wrong, because leather is not just a base note in this, it's actually a middle note instead of base note, so it's quite strong. So not just the double leather and the hint of cardamom in here, it was the benzoin in the base that was throwing the sweetness of the frankincense out of whack, and the rum note is a boozy note, but leather is also made from a mix of alcohol and spices. So mixing the rum note from Bulgari Man and Black with the leather note that was already existing in Gucci Intense Oud messed up the alcohol balance of the boozy notes of this rum and the leathery notes of Gucci Intense Oud. So that's why I got such a funky mess in the beginning. Now it's dried down to something woodsy with a bit of rum, vanilla, a lot more pleasant in the background, but it still has that double leather note, which I completely forgot about the leather note. So whenever you're mixing fragrances, don't just think about complementing ingredients, also think about the ingredients that could clash and that you may not be aware of. So a great resource is fragrantica.com, and they actually help remind me of the rum and tobacco note that I was forgetting, that was really messing this fragrance mix up. But no matter, I always start with the original mix and deal with the more volatile mix after in small amounts. So I done 2 sprays, and that could be leveled out in time after I use most of this and just top it up fully with Gucci Intense Oud, because I believe that both fragrances are beautiful but should be dealt with separately. So take care guys, and stay fresh.